Give all praises to the Most High, whose true name in the ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in the ancient Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which in the ancient Hebrew is the Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who taught us his truth by the Holy Spirit. Honors to the brothers risking their life and freedom to push the gospel. Peace and blessings to the elect, which would be the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel according to scripture and prophecy. The elect will be 1/3 of the Israelites who in the last days will return back to the Most High to receive salvation, which is happening now, while the 2/3 of Israel who don't turn back to the Most High in time be destroyed right here in America. And that's all according to prophecy. So we're back with another lesson through the mercy of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. This lesson is going to be titled, Tremble, Ye Women, Strip You and Make You Bare. Again, tremble, ye women, strip you and make you bare. And pretty much this lesson, strip you and make you bare, that's not in a literal physical sense. But women are waking up to the fact that the world is a dangerous place and it's only going to get worse as things begin to fall apart. Most people agree that we're here at the end. And they understand here at the end, things are going to get worse. So women are waking up to that fact. And they're aware that they're women and that what? They're going to be most vulnerable. And that if they want to survive these times we're coming into, they got to do something. And they got to do something quick. So women are now in a state of panic. But again, that's why it's titled, Trouble Ye Women, Strip You and Make You Bare. And the Lord is stripping the women of this false sense of reality that everything will work in their favor because they a woman. They got all of these advantages in this society because they women. But the Lord is stripping away or taking away all those advantages. Everything that once worked in your favor is not going to work in your favor here at the end. And women are realizing that. So we're going to start with this video here, which brothers been teaching on it.
Majority of the people that you see walking around every day, they are great actors. These people are ticking time bombs. A lot of us are waiting for the system to crash so we can stop paying bills and we can stop going to work. But there are other people who are waiting, right? They're waiting for chaos. They're waiting for the unlawfulness so that they can enact all the twisted, dark shit that's in their head. That they waiting to do it. Now, these are your neighbors. This can be your neighbors, your doctors, your lawyers. You feel me? Like, seemingly normal people. But they not all the way there. They waiting on that perfect moment to do everything that they've been wanting to do. And I know y'all be seeing the cases where, a person will go pew-pew a target or something. They couldn't wait. They acted on it now. They can't wait. Now, to the women. All that I'm just a girl shit, all that's out the window.
And that's the point. So she said, a lot of people is waiting on this collapse for one or two reasons. So they can stop working and stop paying bills, which are sincere believers. That's what we waiting on. What we do understand, just because we don't have to work or pay bills, that don't mean things are going to be easy. In fact, things are going to get harder. Because, we'll be progressing through Jacob's trouble, aka the Great Tribulation. So we're not looking for things to get easier. We're looking to be done with serving Esau, the so-called white man, and this oppressive system. It's like running in place. We just want to be done with this system and this oppression. But we fully understand that nothing is going to get easier. And people got the wrong outlook. They think in a collapse, I ain't got to go to work no more, I ain't got to pay bills. They think they just going to be chilling. No, that's why the scriptures say, woe to you who desire the day of the Lord. For what end is it to you? No, yeah, not working and not paying bills, it sounds easier. Well, in them days, you're going to be fighting for your life, running for your life, pretty much on a daily basis all throughout the day. So things not going to get easier, and we understand that. But on the flip side, you got other people who want this stuff to collapse so they can act out all their wickedness, which the chaos that's happening, you know, to the northern kingdom, so-called Mexicans mostly, but also, the other tribes that's being deported, they going through it right now. In their communities, it's chaos. And what are people doing? ICE agents, law enforcement, they taking advantage of the women. Yep, they taking advantage of the women. And there's going to be a lot more of that as things begin to fall apart here in America more and more. And who's going to be most vulnerable? The women. And that's why the scripture said, the love of many shall wax cold. Therefore, iniquity or lawlessness will abound, meaning increase. 2 Ezra 14 say, there should be greater evils than you've seen up to this point. 2 Ezra also say the evils shall increase. And the thing is, women are going through it now. Over 300,000 black women lost their job since the beginning of the year. How much more to other women? Women all over America getting mauled to death by dogs and other animals, getting unalive many different ways. Look how many women are homeless. But yeah, and what she say, that women are going to be most vulnerable, which I'm going to get this in Isaiah 32:9. And other women are coming to that same conclusion. Rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice. You careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Now, this is concerning America, for the most part. This is the place where the pride of a woman and feminism is at an all-time high. But it said, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. You women that are at ease, hear my voice. And why women have it at ease now? Because them being a woman, all kind of things works in their favor. They have all kind of benefits, perks, advantages to being a woman, especially when you're an attractive woman. Many days a year show you be troubled. The women are being troubled now. Look how many women you see crashing out because they losing their food stamps. They losing Section 8. They work 3 jobs and struggling to keep food on the table for them and their children. So the women are being troubled now. When everything is still functioning somewhat as normal. You careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, and it's failing. Section 8, food stamps, all the benefits, forms of payment that women once received is being cut. There's the point here. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Women got it relatively easy here in this society, easier than a man. It says, be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, so like she say, let's go back again.
They acted on it now. They can't wait. They can't wait. Now, to the women, all that I'm just a girl shit out the window.
Yeah, that, I'm a girl, so somebody's going to help me. I'm a girl. Nobody would do this to me. Somebody somewhere is going to defend me. Somebody's going to come to my rescue because I'm a girl. Oh, that's out the window. See, in this world today, being a woman, you know, you have many advantages, especially when you are an attractive woman or even, decently attractive or average. Just being a woman in general, you have many things working in your favor, working to your advantage. Well, everything that's working in your favor now, in the time of Jacob's trouble, hey, when America collapses, none of that stuff is no longer going to work in your favor. Because right now, there's still law enforcement, the phones are working, you know, there's witnesses and people all over the place, cameras up working. So for the most part, men still got to play by the rules. But when there is no cameras, when there is no phone, no internet, when there is no law enforcement, when you can't call nobody, men ain't got to play by the rules no more. And the thing is, again, the things that worked in your favor because you were a woman, they're going to work against you here in the time of Jacob's trouble. Especially, women who are kind of attractive. No matter what scale they on, just a woman. Hey, everything will be working not in your favor, but you're going to be a target. You're going to be very vulnerable. You're going to be top priority when all hell breaks loose. But that's why it says strip you and make you bare. That's what the Lord is going to do. The things that once worked for you, the Lord is going to strip you of all of that. Even your looks, the fake hair, the makeup, the Lord going to strip you of that. How? The store's going to go empty. The water going to stop running. You're not going to be able to beautify yourself. So the Lord going to take all that from you. The respect or the fake respect that men used to show, the chivalry that men used to show because they had to play by the rules, the Lord going to take all of that away. And to what? Strip you and make you bare. He's going to show you that you're a woman. He's going to show you that you're just a woman. Meaning what? You're just a weaker vessel. Now, let's continue.
Now, to the women, all that I'm just a girl shit, all that's out the window. Who do y'all think they gonna come after first? Women and children will be the number one target.
And that's the point. Women and children will be the number one target. Always have been, always will, into the kingdom of heaven. Plenty of examples in the scriptures when women and children are the target or spoils of war. Now, we also gonna get this in the book of Luke, chapter 23, verse 26, because even the Lord himself, he warned us about this time, especially the women. The Lord prophesied to you women before he was executed. He prophesied of this moment. Now, this is Luke 23:26 in the NLT. As they led Yahushua away, a man named Simon, who was from Cyrene, happened to be coming in from the countryside. The soldier seized him and put the cross on him, made him carry it behind Yahushua. A large crowd trailed behind, including many grief-stricken women. So a lot of women that was mourning and crying for Yahushua. But Yahushua turned and said to them, daughters of Jerusalem. So he was addressing the women back then, but speaking of now. So we about to read, the Lord is about to prophesy to them real quick. Yep, the Lord about to prophesy real quick. Daughters of Jerusalem, talking about you women, so-called black Latina, Native American women. Daughters of Jerusalem, don't weep for me. The Lord said, don't worry about me, don't cry for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. And the Lord was speaking on the future. He was speaking about different time periods, but more so now. The Lord said, don't worry about me, worry about yourself and about your children. The Lord didn't say nothing about the man in this prophecy right here. He said, you daughters of Jerusalem, weep for yourselves and weep for your children. Because the Lord knew here at this time, women and children will be most vulnerable. And what we about to read next, the Lord understood that at this time, meaning here at the end right now, that the children would be primarily with the woman. So it goes on to say, for the days are coming when they will say, fortunate indeed are the women who are childless. So fortunate are the women who are childless. The wombs that have not borne a child, the breasts that have never nursed. So the Lord is saying, hey, lucky are the women who have no children. Because in today's world, who are the children mainly with? They mainly with the mother. So yeah, the Lord said, don't weep for me, weep for yourselves, O daughters of Jerusalem, and your children. So the Lord prophesied of what she just said, that women and children gonna be the main targets. Now let's let this continue.
The number one target. All that I'm just a girl, pretty princess, all that shit is out the window, especially if you have children. As a grown woman, you need to know how to defend yourself. And I'm not talking about just with a pew pew. You need to be able to drop a grown ass man to the ground if you need to and run.
Now, I'm gonna say this, you got movies like The Woman King, Wonder Woman, Supergirl. To the ladies, hey, no matter how in shape you get, how muscular you get, how much training in martial arts and jiu-jitsu you get, you can't beat a man. When the Lord said you're the weaker vessel, that was on all levels. No matter what you do to build yourself up, you will be always the weaker vessel. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong with it is when you think you can get on some sort of level and come up against a man. That's going to be an ugly situation. Now, she said women need to be able to drop a man. No, what women need is they need a man who will protect them, but more specifically, a man of the Lord. What we come into, nobody will be able to fully prepare for what's coming, not leaving the man, the toughest man. So how much more you women?
Get your kids. You feel me? You need to be teaching your kids how to survive too. This is the times that we in. This is just the reality, bro. You won't always have a man around you that you can rely on to protect you. So
Yeah, you're not going to always have a man around, but more importantly, if you don't have a man of the Lord, you need to have a relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Whatever you missing, whatever you lacking, the Lord will provide.
in that case, what are you gonna do? You gonna lay down and give up? No, know how to fucking defend yourself as a grown woman.
And what's coming, women will not be capable of defending themselves at all. What we're coming into, most men not going to even be able to defend themselves. Really, no man is going to be able to defend themselves, not even the men of the Lord. But the Lord is going to defend us, and that's what we're going to rely on.
You got kids, you already need to be physically fit in the first place. Let's not repeat history. All of this stuff coming out about Hurricane Katrina, please do not let all these go in vain, bro.
What happened to Hurricane Katrina? Law enforcement was shooting so-called black people and snatching up the women and children, looting people's houses, taking their food, valuables, belongings. But let's continue.
One thing that taught me is that women are extremely vulnerable, women and children. So all that, I'm just a girl shit, nah, I ain't with all that.
Yeah, you women living in la la world, that's not gonna work for you. You're not gonna be able to wish these things away or close your eyes and hoping it pass you by. Everybody about to deal with reality, men and women alike. Now, everything I said, about the woman, it applies to the man as well. And that's according to scripture.
I'm telling y'all, I'm finna get into martial arts and all types of shit. I'm not playing, bro.
And that's the thing, too. You see a lot of women superheroes on TV and movies. Those are just movies. Esau sold you a dream and you women fell for it. Even Esau's science tells you that it would take 10,000 hours for you to master something. Now, even if you master it, you can't override your nature as a woman. And it's not in a woman's nature to be out there fighting for her life, trying to defend herself in a time of war. And for example, whatever you women do in the gym, rather when it comes to working out, or you take some kind of martial arts, you take jiu-jitsu, that's only in the gym. You can mess up in the gym and start over. But out here in the streets of America during Jacob's trouble, you don't get a second chance. You mess up, that may be it for you. You don't get a redo, you don't get a repeat. And the thing is, when you spar with somebody in the gym, y'all got on gloves, y'all got on headgear, y'all got on protection. You ain't gonna have no protection out there in the streets of America. And then your sparring buddy, they not trying to kill you. They may just try to take you down, get a few hits on you. It's all a game. But outside of the gym, it's not gonna be no games. People gonna be out there with intent to kill. Then even women who are physically capable. Let's say you can defend yourself from one man. Well, that's one man. Don't expect Jacob's trouble to be a fair fight. Don't expect, your troubles and things you come across to be one-on-one. Expect the worst. And you as a woman, if one man is trying to fight you, expect another man to gang up on you as well. Because you know what they're going to do after. And again, for the women who may be able to, to fight off a man and get away, protect their children. Well, that was one man. You're going to be tired. You gave it your all. You need to rest. It ain't going to be no rest time in Jacob's trouble. You fight off one man, well, expect to have to fight off another one soon after. You fight off one man, well, you're going to have to fight off 2 or 3 men the next time. Or you may fight off one man, now you got to fight these dogs. And that's why when we get this in the book of Amos 5:19, it's like as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house, leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. The trouble's gonna be back to back. They're not gonna wait on you because you're a woman. You're not gonna get no rest. So yeah, if you can fight off one man, how many times can you do that in a row? And again, the woman's body just ain't built for that type of combat. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, very dark and no brightness in it? This light, brightness represents hope. There's no hope in making it out of Jacob's trouble. unless you got Yahweh Shah. He's the light. He's the brightness. So yeah, and really women, hey, no matter how trained up you are, how fit you are, how strong you are, um, hey, the average man who doesn't work out may be a couch potato. You can't even beat the average man. You know, regardless of what you think you're capable of, a woman could be 180 pounds all muscle. A dude 110 pounds would finish her with his bare hands if he wanted to. Now, we also gonna go here. And really what the women gonna do when they see the reality of Jacob's trouble, they female nature gonna kick in, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna curl up in the ball and you're gonna go cry somewhere. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all right. You're gonna go cry somewhere and be scared because that's in the scriptures. So when we get this, damn, um, we're gonna jump to the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and 33. We got what women gonna do in the scriptures when these troubles come. They're not gonna fight back. They're not gonna be brave. It says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, meaning crying and hollering, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So a woman gonna be somewhere in the corner, balled up, hiding and crying, as they should, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's gonna be so bad out here, even a lot of men, they're gonna be somewhere balled up in the corner crying, and that's in the scriptures as well. So when we get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 6, we're going to get this in two versions. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? The Lord said, why see men balled up in the corner like a woman in travail? That's what it mean. That's what it mean that his hands on his loin. He's somewhere balled up in the corner, and all faces are turned into paleness. And what is it talking about? The time of Jacob's trouble. For that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now let's get this in the NLT. In our history, there has never been such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people Israel, yet in a day they will be saved. And who's going to be saved is going to be the elect. But again, there's going to be a time of terror, a time of trouble that the people of Israel has never seen. Then when we go up a verse, it says, now let me ask you a question. Do men give birth to babies? Then why do they stand there, ashen face, hands pressed against their sides like a woman in labor? That was a kind of a funny translation, but pretty much a man gonna be somewhere. It say every man. So most men gonna be somewhere hiding with his hands on his loins. Man, you gonna be somewhere balled up crying, as a woman. And then when we get this in the book of Jeremiah 51 and 30, maybe it's the NLT. It says, her mightiest warriors no longer fight. Who's this her? It's talking about America. So here in America, that spirit of being mighty and being a fighter, it's going to leave you. Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks, their courage gone. See that? Your courage is going to leave you once you see how it is out here. They have become like women. So if men are going to become like women, what's going to become of the women? The invaders have burnt the houses and broken down the city gates. Hey, this goes into America being invaded, but this can go to a civil war as well. Men are going to become like women. Their courage, the will to fight is going to leave them. And the house is going to be invaded and burned down. So again, the men going to be like this. What's to come of the women? But the point is, men and women alike, hey, there is no way to prepare for what's coming. But let's let her talk a little more.
This shit is not. It's not time to play. It's time to get for real.
Yeah, time to get for real, but it's time to get for real and seeking Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. We're going to start here. This is the book of Amos 2 and 14. Therefore the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty deliver himself. So this is speaking in the sense of a man. So if the man can't save himself, how much more the women? If the man can't strengthen his forces, if the ability to take flight perish from the man, how much the women? You're not going to be able to run. You're not going to be able to hide. You're not going to be able to fight off or defend against the troubles that's coming. Neither shall he stand that handed up the bow. So you got a lot of people that's getting guns, going to the gun range, getting target practice. Your bow, the modern day bow, being a firearm, not going to save you. He that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself. Neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. You know, horsepower, whether you're on a motorcycle, pickup truck, or in a tank. It's not going to save you. He that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked. That naked don't mean literal, meaning everything that was supposed to work in his favor is going to fail him. Naked representing no protection, no covering. Like in the streets, if somebody ain't got their gun, they may say, hey man, I'm naked out here. That means you got nothing working for you. He that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So yeah, tremble ye women, strip you and make you bare. Women are understanding they at a disadvantage. They understanding they're going to be the most vulnerable and the most targeted. They waking up to that fact. But they'll never be able to comprehend how severe this time of Jacob's trouble is going to be. Because if they knew, they would turn back to the Lord and not talk about you need to learn how to defend yourself and taking martial arts and going to the gun range. Yep, they don't get it, but a time will show. Whatever women the Lord wants to get right, hey, they're going to get it. And heard her brother say it, that most women not going to get it until they have no choice. So Lord willing, that was informative. Edifying the next time. Shalom.